The moment the airplane doors opened, a wave of warm, humid air greeted me. A scent of spices, damp earth and electricity, the hum of a nation alive. The air itself seemed to vibrate with anticipation, as if the country was welcoming me with open arms. I could feel the energy of millions of lives unfolding just beyond the glass, and it was both exhilarating and humbling. Stepping onto Chinese soil felt less like an arrival and more like a homecoming to a place I'd only dreamed of. The ground beneath my feet was unfamiliar, yet there was a strange sense of belonging, as if I had been called here by some invisible thread woven through my past and future. The airport was vast and gleaming, a modern marvel of glass and steel, but it was the sea of faces and the symphony of unfamiliar language that signaled my journey had truly begun. Every direction I turned, I heard snippets of conversation, some hurried, some joyful, all vibrant with life. The diversity of travellers, the swirl of dialects, and the constant movement made me realise I was now part of a much larger story. My first real glimpse of China was from a taxi window. Skyscrapers reflecting the sun, traditional rooftops peeking from behind old walls, and a river of bicycles flowing beside modern cars. The city was a living tapestry where the ancient and the futuristic coexisted in a breathtaking dance. Neon lights flickered above bustling streets, while quiet courtyards hid stories centuries old. The sensory overload was intoxicating. Vendors' chatter, temple bells, the aroma of street food and the whir of scooters. Every sound, every scent, every colour seemed amplified, drawing me deeper into the heart of the city. I watched as locals haggled over fresh produce, children laughed, and the air filled with the promise of discovery. Every corner promised something new. China demanded my full attention and rewarded me with moments of pure magic. From hidden alleyways adorned with lanterns to sudden bursts of music from a passing parade, I realized that wonder awaited at every turn, if only I was willing to look. That evening, the kindness of my hotel owner, offering jasmine tea with a warm smile, was the perfect welcome. The gentle clink of porcelain, the delicate fragrance of the tea, and the genuine warmth in her eyes made me feel at home, thousands of miles from where I began. I fell asleep with a heart full of gratitude and a mind buzzing with the promise of tomorrow. As the city's distant sounds faded into the night, I knew that this was only the beginning of an unforgettable adventure in the Middle Kingdom. Some places are so iconic, so deeply woven into the fabric of our imagination, that seeing them in person feels almost dreamlike, surreal, as if you've stepped into a living legend. The Great Wall of China is one of those rare wonders. Its name alone conjures images of ancient dynasties, epic stories, and the enduring spirit of a civilization. We set out before dawn, the world still cloaked in darkness, the air growing crisp and invigorating as we climbed higher into the mountains. Each step brought anticipation, a sense of adventure building with the rising sun. And then, suddenly there it was, snaking across the hills like a stone dragon, its ancient body stretching endlessly into the horizon. The sheer scale was breathtaking, almost impossible to comprehend. It wasn't just a wall, it was a testament to human endeavour, a line drawn across history itself. Every stone, every brick seemed to whisper stories of determination and sacrifice. Stepping onto those ancient stones, I felt an immediate connection to the past, imagining the countless souls who once stood guard here, watching over their homeland through centuries of change. The silence was profound, almost sacred, filled with echoes of dynasties, battles, and the quiet resilience of those who built and defended this marvel. We walked for hours, the wall undulating gracefully over green mountains shrouded in mist, disappearing and reappearing like a living ink painting. Each turn revealed new vistas, each step a journey through time. At a quiet watchtower, I paused and sat in peace, letting the vastness and serenity of the landscape wash over me. In that moment, I felt grateful, humbled to witness such a marvel with my own eyes. The Great Wall is more than a tourist attraction. It's the heart and soul of China, a symbol of resilience, unity, and the enduring spirit of its people. It stands as a reminder of what humanity can achieve together. Leaving felt like saying goodbye to an old, wise friend. one who has witnessed centuries and still stands strong, quietly watching over the land. Its memory lingered with me, a lasting reminder of the grandeur, resilience and timelessness of this extraordinary land and its people. From the ancient majesty of the Great Wall, I plunged into the futuristic heart of Shanghai. The Pudong skyline, Shanghai Tower Oriental Pearl, was a spectacle of ambition, neon lights shimmering on the Huangpu River. Yet, just across the water, the Bun's colonial-era buildings whispered stories of the past, creating a dialogue between eras. In the old city's winding lanes, life slowed. Elders played mahjong, steam rose from baskets of xiaolongbao, and Yuyuan Garden offered tranquil beauty. Shanghai's magic lies in its contrasts, where the thrill of the future and the charm of the past coexist. Here, history isn't confined to museums, it's woven into daily life. The city taught me that in China, the old and new dance together, shaping a unique, captivating character. Leaving the city's buzz, I traveled south to Guilin, where karst mountains rise from emerald plains like ancient giants. Their dreamlike shapes, dragon's teeth, bamboo shoots, have inspired poets and artists for centuries. I stayed in a village at their feet, waking to misty peaks and air scented with blossoms. Days were spent cycling through rice paddies, the mountains always in view. Climbing Moon Hill, I was rewarded with a panorama of peaks, the Li River winding below, villages dotting the landscape. The beauty was both grand and intimate. Farmers tending fields, cormorant fishermen gliding at dusk. Here, nature and humanity exist in delicate harmony. Guilin's karst mountains are a living masterpiece, a reminder of the planet's poetic beauty. I felt a profound peace, as if I'd stepped into a painting. If the karst mountains are Guilin's bones, ancient and unyielding, shaped by millennia of wind and water, then the Li River is its soul, flowing gently, breathing life into the landscape, connecting everything in its path. I boarded a slender bamboo raft, guided by a gentle old man whose hands told stories of a lifetime spent on these tranquil waters. We drifted in companionable silence, the world shrinking to just water, mountains, and the soft chorus of birdsong overhead. Each bend in the river unveiled a fresh panorama. Towering limestone peaks, perfectly mirrored in the glassy surface below, bamboo groves arching gracefully over the banks, their leaves whispering in the breeze, water buffalo cooling off in the shallows, their slow movements matching the river's pace. Small villages dotted the shore, life unfolding at a gentler rhythm, women washing clothes by hand, children waving enthusiastically as we passed, laughter echoing across the water, mingling with the sounds of nature. Our raftsmen began to share the ancient legends of the peaks, stories of dragons and immortals, tales that made the landscape feel alive with mystery and wonder. As the sun dipped low, the river shimmered with gold, shadows stretching and deepening across the mountains, painting them in hues of indigo and violet. Drifting down, the Li became a meditation, each moment inviting me to slow down, to breathe, to simply exist. It was a rare chance to disconnect from the rush of daily life and just be present, surrounded by beauty. It's a memory I hold close to my heart, a gentle reminder that sometimes the most beautiful journeys are the slowest, the ones that invite us to linger. On the Li, I learned to let go, to let the world reveal its quiet wonders, one slow, magical moment at a time. To travel through China is to embark on a culinary adventure as diverse as the country itself. Each region offered new flavors, fiery Sichuan peppercorns, delicate Cantonese dim sum, the ritual of Peking duck, the joy of Shanghai's soup dumplings. Food here is about sharing and connection. Meals are communal, bonds formed over chopsticks and laughter. Invited into a village home, I experienced true hospitality. Dish after dish, each prepared with care, shared around a round table. Local markets were a riot of colour and aroma. Vendors hand-pulling noodles, folding dumplings, selling exotic produce. In the heart of street stalls and markets, I tasted the true soul of Chinese cuisine. Fresh, honest, bursting with flavour. Every meal was a discovery, every bite a story. No journey to China is complete without meeting its most beloved residents, the giant pandas. In Chengdu's panda sanctuary, I watched these gentle giants munch bamboo, their clumsy movements and round faces utterly captivating. The nursery was a highlight. Tiny cubs wrestling and sleeping, a testament to conservation efforts. The staff's dedication was inspiring, a reminder of our responsibility to protect vulnerable species. Pandas are a national treasure, symbols of peace and hope. Spending a day among them was joyful and calming, a welcome pause from city life. I left with renewed hope for their future and deep appreciation for those who care for them. Back in Beijing, I explored the historic hutongs, narrow alleyways and courtyard homes at the city's heart. Stepping inside was like traveling back in time-grey brick walls, tiled roofs, shaded courtyards, and a close-knit community. My rickshaw driver shared stories of generations living in these lanes, pointing out hidden details and family histories. Life spilled into the alleys, neighbours chatting, children playing, vendors selling snacks, elders tending songbirds. The sense of community was powerful and touching, a world away from the city's modern bustle. Some hutongs are vanishing, making each visit a privilege, a glimpse of Beijing's soul before it changes forever. Here I found the true heart of the city in its people and their enduring traditions. As my time in China ended, I reflected on a journey that was more than travel. It was a profound education. China revealed itself as a mosaic of landscapes, cultures, and warm, generous people. What stayed with me most were the moments of human connection. A shopkeeper teaching me Mandarin, a family sharing a meal, a rickshaw driver's stories. These encounters broke down barriers and sparked genuine affection for a culture both ancient and modern. Travel, I realized, fosters understanding and empathy. It changes how we see the world and ourselves. China challenged, inspired, and charmed me. I know I've only scratched the surface. As my plane ascended, I felt not an ending, but the start of a lifelong fascination. There's so much more to discover, and I promise myself to return. Thank you for joining me. May your own adventures be just beginning.